Yes, Rochester, New York finally has a blue sunny day. And right now the temperature outside is 73 degrees. It's actually very lovely here in many areas of Rochester. Sorry, I have a cough. Can't help it. But the problem is that the roads are still really bad from potholes, and the potholes are caused by the snow plows scraping the roads during the snow and sleet, day after day, week after week, month after month. And even though we have such a lovely day, the place is dirty. It's dull and dirty and ugly and dingy. It may be hard to tell that from watching this video, but I will tell you that it is true. And it's just a symptom of where we live. Western New York. Don't dare call it upstate New York. We are not upstate. We are Western New York. From the Finger Lakes all the way to Lake Erie. Here in Rochester, we border Lake Ontario and the Finger Lakes. If you look on a map, you can find the Finger Lakes, and they're called that because they were carved out by glaciers thousands and thousands of years ago during the last, or I should say the most recent, Ice Age event. Western New York, most of New York in the northern hemisphere, from the mid-Atlantic region upward, was covered by up to a mile. That's 5,280 feet in English measurement. A mile of solid ice. But all the ice has melted, and what was left behind was the 5 Great Lakes or inland seas, and many thousands of lakes all across the northern United States and southern Canada. The Finger Lakes looking like a hand. Looking like a hand. A clawed hand, that is, that carved its way into the earth. And you can find that on a map. I encourage you to Google that. The Finger Lakes are in fact quite lovely, and I may actually take a trip down to Canandaigua Lake in the early spring. Right now, it is still considered winter here, at least until March 20th or 21st, which is the spring equinox. That's the point where the sun crosses the celestial equator and our days begin to get longer. Wait a minute. I think I said that wrong. Our days actually begin to get longer at Yule, or the winter solstice. And so we have lovely spring in about a month with lots of blooms on trees and lots of dandelions and a lovely array of birds and flora. And the farmers, they start plowing the earth so they can plant their new stuff, corn and soybeans and all kinds of things. But right now, everything still looks dirty and dingy. Except the sky, of course, and that is why I'm showing you the road as I travel towards my domicile. I left Rochester and am headed toward East Rochester. Now that's not Eastern Rochester, but East Rochester, which is a city or town, I should say, a village, a separate village from Rochester. And you can find that right off of I-490, exit 24, East Rochester, New York, 14445. And here we go. I make these videos mainly for my Filipino friends because they live in a different world. My American friends probably don't give a rat's ass about things like this, but I like to show my Filipino friends, I should say my Filipino and my Filipina friends, my Pinoy and Pinay. So you may think this is actually very pretty, but I'm telling you, Denver, Colorado is prettier. I've seen Denver in the wintertime. I have yet to see Denver in the summertime. I would love to see Denver in the summertime. Maybe I'll get that chance. Maybe I'll fly out there just to have a weekend with my daughter this summer. I'll ask her because I would like that. Of course, if I do so, it'll be on my dime because my daughter has her hands full with my little Nico, my littlest grandson. I also hope to see my grandson Kieran graduate from high school this year in June. That would be a happy day. And then, if I can manage it, I'm really hoping to be able to go to the Philippines. My good friend Jen, her birthday is in July. Now we enter the town of East Rochester. And here it is. Woohoo! I don't know how I ended up in East Rochester. Well, there's a little bit of history behind this. See, my daughter was living on Genesee Street in Rochester. And when I was accepted to University of Rochester in 2012, she was living there, but then she moved to East Rochester. And now she lives in Denver. And I ended up living in East Rochester years after she left. Look at the roads. Oh my God. I will tell you that it is a lovely, lovely day. Even in dirty East Rochester. So I'm gonna take this left. I'm gonna stop by a store to get me a drink. People are riding bikes. Oh my God! And they're strolling with their kids in baby carriages. What is this all about? It's a beautiful day. I can hardly believe it. We haven't seen this kind of weather really since the end of summer, beginning of fall of 2025. Here we are again, out on our own, driving around, filming with our phone. And you can see some of the houses on the street here. This is West Avenue in East Rochester. I am going to stop at a convenience store slash gas station, which is also Valero, which is also called Oil Depot, is also called East Food Mart. Yeah. I'm going to stop in here for just a sec, and I'm going to get, you guessed it, a drink. So I was able to get a big drink and a couple of boxes of my favorite incense, Nog Champa. Oh, look, somebody else. They're out with their babies. You know what that means? It means it's warm outside. Oh, yeah. So we're just going back towards where I live. I do not live in that building. I live in the building beside it. But here we go. So the building over here, that's the building I live in. It's called the Capri. C-A-P-R-I. The Capri Apartments. It's a slum. It's a slum. It's the place where Merlin lives. It's a slum. It's a slum. It's the place where Merlin lives. And now I'm going to park. And now I'm going to park. Hi-ho, there-yo. The place I'm going to park. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the Merlin Show for today. Please come back next week, or we'll have a new exciting episode starring Spider-Man. Not really, but we can always pretend, right? Okay, well, thank you very much for joining in this broadcast. Eat a pita, use the bathroom Hawaiian style, and don't stop the K-pop.